Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I meant to grab a check and I forgot. Doesn't matter. Today's idiom, today's expression, contribution related for Supersize Your Business is to give a blank check. Should you give a blank check to Supersize or Grow Your Business? Who and when should you or could you give a blank check to someone? This idiom, this expression, of course, comes from money and banking, and it literally meant to give someone a check that was signed with no amount written into it, right? So it's a signed check of unspecified amount, and the person that you give it to can just fill in the amount. Now, I know that I've given my kids blank checks for things like for school because I didn't know the exact amount, so they would go to school and they would fill out the amount. I also knew that I could trust my children implicitly with the blank check. Would I give a blank check to anyone or anything in my business? No. Why? Because I know of a lot of other people's horror stories that I've learned the lessons from, so that I knew better than to ever give someone a blank check. Plus, I have a great attorney that said, you don't give anybody a blank check. You don't let anyone in your business or businesses have control over writing the checks and signing the check both. You divide certain operations to ensure that there aren't temptations or challenges or problems in your business that you don't want to have to unravel. So to give somebody a blank check means idiomatically that they have complete authority or unrestricted freedom of action and a free hand. Now, we can give different departments in our businesses a blank check in terms of how much freedom and authority and autonomy we give them and how much we let them make their own decisions, make their own choices. And I think there's a difference between delegation and trusting people to do what's right and do their job, and giving them a blank check, meaning they can do whatever they want whenever they want with respect to company resources or even in our personal lives. So my question for you is, have you ever given anyone a blank check? Anyone or anything a blank check? Some people will give a blank check to charity. We actually nowadays, if you think about it, online payments and pre-authorizations of different bills and things are like a blank check. And part of why I'm a little nervous about this particular topic and auto withdrawals and things is in my Italian food business 1 month, I had my electric bill set up on, my gas and electric set up on auto payment. It came out of my bank account automatically. And I used to go to the post office every day for that business, and I'd check in and I'd look at my mail. And I just so happened to grab my mail one day, look at it, and I had a $68,000 electric bill. Now, we had an Italian food manufacturing business, but never ever had we had a $68,000 electric bill for a 1 month period. So needless to say, that was scheduled to come out of my bank account automatically, and I might have had a little bit of a freak out for a moment until I realized, okay, somebody obviously read the meter wrong. The meter person would come in every month and read our meter. Obviously there was a mistake, a number transposed or something, because there's no way we owed a $68,000 monthly electric bill. I think it was around $2,000, maybe $3,000 a month. So that was a little bit of a dramatic increase. But I had already given them automatic authorization to take that amount of money or any amount of money directly out of my bank account. And so they could have easily taken that out and wiped out my account, which would have been not good for my level of stress. But luckily I called them and they're like, oh yeah, that doesn't look right. I'm like, you can just go back and look at my historical spending for my automatic thing. And then they realized, they sent it out and there was something wrong with the meter. And so the meter had been like going crazy. So they replaced the meter and all was well with the world. But I did learn that we need to keep an eye on the things that we authorize, that we automatically authorize. Yeah, it's really convenient to have auto pay and things for different areas and aspects of our life. But I found there's certain things that we shouldn't do that with. I don't do it with my cell phone bill because cell phone companies have creative ways of charging and making mistakes, and they don't really have checks and balances to see if they've made a mistake or not. I had kids went up to Alaska and they charged them roaming fees for the whole 10 days that they were up in Alaska, and so it was like $1,500 or something extra charges on that bill. So we have to keep an eye on certain things like that and certain auto withdrawals from our banks. And that to me is like giving someone a blank check that as business owners, we don't personally have to do it, but somebody's got to keep an eye on it. So I love this. I don't know if I love this expression. I wish people would give me a blank check sometimes, but I don't really want it or need it. So my question for you is, have you ever gotten a blank check or given someone a blank check? When I think of growing and building and supersizing my business, I put all of my resources into and where they need to be when it comes to growing that business. And so I do let people have a lot of freedom to grow, but I'm also there to back them up and help them and coach them when they need it in each different area and aspect of the business. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, a couple more days, just 2 more days actually, of contribution-related idioms. And then I think we are jumping into, I'm going to actually look before I say it because I think I said it wrong the other day. Next month is confidence. So we're going to be covering, and I personally believe that confidence has a whole lot to do with how we grow and supersize our business. All right, have a great day. I'll be with you tomorrow.